All right, welcome back to another video. I'm going to go ahead and give a disclaimer. This one's going to be a little bit longer than the majority of my videos have been so far. Go ahead and strap yourself down, get your popcorn or whatever, because this one's going to be a little bit longer. All right, stick with me to the end, please. It's a very important subject I'm about to speak on. There might be a little pauses while I'm trying to, get my thoughts back on track, because I don't want to miss anything, but just stick with me, because I do all this from the mind, from the spirit. I don't have any notes or anything like that. So, with that being said, the subject that I'm going to touch on right now is titled, The Agenda to Feminize and Discredit Meditation. The Agenda to Feminize and Discredit Meditation. I'm going to speak on the feminization portion first, all right, and then I'm going to get to the discrediting, because they go hand in hand. So before I even really get into both the feminization and the discrediting of meditation, I'm going to start talking about the media industry, the television industry, the movie industry, the entertainment industry, all around. These industries are more than just mere entertainment. It does more than just simply entertain you after you are done with hard work for the day. You want to go sit down and watch TV the rest of the day. It's a lot deeper than that. There is an agenda. There is deep, powerful practices that are being brought about subtly through these medias. You can even, I'm not really specifying music right now. Music is another very obvious example of this. Once I get into detail, you all will be able to see that. But right now, I'm focusing and fixating on the television and the movies, because if you look on, even on social media, if you look in these movies, if you look in these shows, the commercials, you see, when you think of yoga, you automatically, if you get a picture in your mind, it's not of a man, it's of a woman sitting on a yoga mat with some very tight leggings on, doing some stretching. It is a woman or it's either a woman doing stretching, it's either a woman meditating, or it's a feminized man doing meditating. All these different examples I have seen myself just from looking at the TV and seeing how they want meditation to be portrayed. I've seen commercials, I've seen movies, I've seen social media ads, I've seen it all, where whenever you think of yoga, YouTube, if you go on YouTube and you just type in the word yoga, you're gonna see 1 million women. So whenever you see that, and whenever you see that portrayed, not just on YouTube, but in these movies, in these commercials, it has a subtle psychological effect on a man. A man's gonna be like, all right, well, I only see women doing this, so this must be a woman thing. And then they're gonna jump to that conclusion, and they're going to keep that mentality no matter what. They're not even going to expound deeper into it. And that roadblock, I call that a roadblock because, one, it's not true, and two, it blocks the person from really even seeing the truth behind what meditation is. That roadblock is intentionally placed, and once it's intentionally placed by these media industry, by the media organizations and all of that, the rest works for itself. When you watch a movie, when you watch the rest of this, you cannot say that whenever you watch it, it doesn't have a subtle effect. Even if you try and disagree with it, if you take a deep, close look at how you operate as a person, you're gonna see that in one way or another, your decisions have been affected by what you've seen on the television screen. And they know this. This is the reason why they even do things like this, why they even portray certain images and certain depictions in front of you, is because they want to create your perception for you. All right, and you take that perception and you run along with it. And what that does and how it has worked, this perception has been laid out the generalization that, all right, this is for women, is already made. Therefore, one, women take it and run with it, try and capitalize on it, and two, it just becomes the social norm, right? So with that social norm now, it's just very common to see women, not even really women meditating, and women doing the yoga, which is, I talked about the misconceptions between yoga and meditation already in a previous video. But when I say yoga right now, I'm talking about how it's depicted in the movies and in television. It's depicted by women stretching, pretty much, to summarize it very briefly. So yeah, with that being said, meditation is in no way exclusively feminine. All right, I'm gonna say it again. Meditation is not exclusively feminine. It's for feminine and it's for masculine. It is an energetic practice. It has nothing to do with the heightening of feminine energy or whatever. It's about the balancing of energy. And interestingly enough, for those of you who are astute in this, who have already studied like ancient Kemetic teachings, the hieroglyphs and all of that, I'm gonna speak about one of them very briefly. For those of you who don't know, this will be a brief description of one of the hieroglyphs in ancient Kemet, which, side note, is the source of meditation. It's not India, it's not Japan. We don't need to really get into that. I'll talk on that in another video. But there is a hieroglyph called the Ankh. In the quote-unquote woke community, you see a lot of people wearing the Ankh cross. It's where the Christianity cross originated from, the concept of it. You know, the cross is like a T, but the Ankh cross, I'll have to, for those of you who want to know about the Ankh cross, just look it up. A-U-N-G-K. All right, you'll see what I'm talking about. That cross is a hieroglyph. That hieroglyph symbolizes the balance of the masculine and the feminine energy coming together in one soul. All right, so that hieroglyphs are utilized in order to help you with visualization. I'm gonna get a little bit off topic if I go down that route. I want to stay on the point. The Ankh symbolizes the balance of masculine and feminine energy coming together within one person. So in essence, it's telling you what the objective, the goal is of a developed and heightened and evolved man or woman, is to become balanced, to have expressions of masculine and of feminine. It's like the same thing being balanced. I talked about this in the past video, being balanced in the physical realm and in the spiritual realm. Balance is the key. Balance is the foundation of meditation on so many different levels. This is another level, the balance of masculine and feminine energy. All right, so that is the objective. It has nothing to do with the feminization. Why is it being feminized? It's because it's a capitalistic move. They want to take everything that they see, every bit of knowledge that is and has been passed down since ancient times. They just siphon through it and be like, how can I monetize this, right? That's the objective. That's what they're trying to see. They don't want people to become evolved, that they will evolve to the extent that they will if the practice of meditation is taught how it was taught back in ancient times. They don't want that, but they know that there's power in it. Therefore, they take it, they dissect it, they try and take something from it that they can monetize with, but won't cause evolutionary progress. All right, that is the root reason behind the agenda to feminize meditation. All right, I'm gonna say it probably more than once in this video, but meditation is nowhere near a feminine practice. I know how it's been portrayed. I know what you've seen. I know what people have told you, but these people are operating from the perception that has been created for them via the media. All right, so that's for all the men out there who don't know about meditation, but have seen how it's been portrayed. They set traps like this just to misdirect you, to misguide you. This is an intentional thing that is going on here. So I'm teaching you about this now to try and undo this negative effect because of the importance of this spiritual practice, not no feminine practice, not a masculine practice, an energetic, a spiritual practice. All right. So that's gonna be the first half. I might touch on it again when I think of some examples, but I'm gonna get on to part two. I said the agenda to feminize and to discredit meditation. The discrediting example, I'm gonna go to the entertainment industry again because I have two examples that just popped into my head. There's this new movie, I don't know what it's called, but it has something to do with like, it's a basketball type movie. I know Jack Harlow's in it. They portray him sitting down, meditating on the basketball court, and the rest of the guys, the black guys, mind you, Jack Harlow's white, for those of you who don't know, all the black guys from the basketball team are looking at him. They're like, bruh, the hell are you doing? That's the image that the script writer wanted to give to towards the topic of meditation. That's one example of the script writer trying to subtly teach black people to reject this practice. Subtle. This is very deep. It's very subtle, and it works. So I'm trying to analyze it and break it down for you so that you can see it, so that you can be aware of the traps that they set. But that's just one example. I can think of another example. What's that show called? And there's probably countless examples. I don't even need to get into the specifics, but there's this grown man. He's sitting down. He's trying to meditate, maybe for the first time in his life. And he's doing it. He's doing the, and his wife comes in. She's like, what the hell are you doing? And then he's like, I'm trying to get some peace from y'all crazy. It's like, it's just comedy. And then they put that little laughing sound effect in. And then the dude gets up and he goes on about his business. It's something, they try and, make it into a joke. They try and discredit it. They try and make it look like a joke, like it's not real, like it's not very deep and it's not very powerful. That's just two examples. I know that there are many, 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 many more. But I'm speaking about this because I've seen it in multiple different angles. Now, the discrediting. Why do you think, from somebody like me who has actually done the research, somebody who has actually meditated for a very long time, and I've seen just how clearly it has, opened my spiritual eyes and has helped me to evolve, I ask myself, I've already kind of touched on it a little bit before this, but why? What's the point? Like, why would they try and portray meditation as a joke when it's the most powerful spiritual practice that you could do? It's the foundation of ancient Kemet. And the depths that ancient Kemet reached back when, the foundation of their spiritual practice was meditation. That was the root. That's what got them to the heightened level that they were at to be able to do the feats that they did. The creation of civilization, the creation of math, the creation of science, the creation of everything. And just to put the icing on the top, the creation of the pyramids, the creation of, all the different enormous monuments that this modern world has yet to be able to replicate. The foundation of their spiritual practice was meditation. So with that being said, with the power that clearly exudes, why would they teach that to be a joke? It's because they don't want you to reach that level. I do. I want everybody amongst my community to reach that level, to get back to where we once were, and myself included. So I'm telling you about this just to let you know that this is the reason why. They do not want you to evolve. They don't want you to see the fact that not only are you being thoroughly controlled, down to the last dot, being thoroughly controlled. They do not want to see that. They don't want you to do anything about it. They don't want you to think that you have the power to do anything about it. And thoughts like this don't happen until you evolve, until you heighten in a vibrational manner. That vibrational evolution comes through meditation. Therefore, through their media, they control it top to bottom. They get actors to portray, and the actors get the fame, they get the glory, they become the idols, but the ones behind it have the objective to control you. So keep that in mind. All right, I just thought of another example. Remember how I was talking about the Ankh symbol a couple minutes ago? If you look, and those of you who have seen at my age, most of us have seen Avatar, the last Airbender Avatar, not the movie. The movie too, but we don't really need to talk about that too much. In Avatar, the last Airbender, Aang is the most powerful person in the show, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Aang, the bald dude with the arrow, the Avatar. He is more powerful than all of the so-called macho masculine people, all of the feminine, all of them combined. Once he taps into his spiritual power, he becomes the strongest. He is the strongest. But if you look at his characteristics, the way that he carries himself, he is balanced. He has the expression of masculine energy, and he has the expression of feminine energy. And Toph, those of you who know what I'm talking about know what I mean when I say Toph. I remember Toph made that joke about it. She was like, you really tapped into your feminine side, huh? But that man was able to kill Toph. He was able to kill all of these people combined if he wanted to. But he was balanced, he was controlled, and the root of his practice was what? It was meditation. Naruto, the same thing. Hunter x Hunter, all these different shows depict it. But we don't need to get into all the details. All I want to get clear into your minds is that there is for sure an agenda to feminize and to discredit it. I'm here to tell you that it should not be feminized, that men should meditate just as much as women so that we can all increase in vibration. And it should not be discredited. It's one of the most important practices that we can do in this life to become balanced. All right. No, that was a lot. I don't know how long it was. I hope my video has been playing still. Hope it didn't stop. But yeah, so I'm gonna stop there. If there are any questions, any comments, any concerns, feel free to reach out. If you would like to learn more, feel free to reach out. I'll be doing these videos on a more consistent basis because there's a lot to undo, a lot of misconceptions to undo, a lot of hypnosis, a lot of subtle control to undo, and that's what I'm here to do. All right, thanks again.